Now your season ended as a senior. Now it's going to the recruiting process. I know you didn't play college football. Is there a reason why?
I had a baby my senior year. I found out that I was having one, which Coach Richards had put together me going to Tiffin University to play
In Ohio.
in Ohio.
Okay.
Chose not to go. I started working and started making money, and I had to, pretty much raise my son, and be there for him. And that's what I chose to do.
So did you really quit the game of football because the main reason was your son, or did you lose the love of the game a little bit?
I never lost the love of the game. I always wanted to play. I just knew no one was going to take care of mine the way I would take care of him, So, I wanted to see the first steps. I wanted to, show him how to throw his, first ball or whatever like that there, And that was the thing I chose to do. I didn't never lose the love of the game for the game.
Do you have any regrets?
No, not regrets. Just no regrets. Just maybe the way I handled the things. I didn't let the coach know I was not coming. I just didn't show up. I know coach pretty much put in a phone call for me still to go. I'm sure it was other teams and other schools I could have went to. Never met nobody. Never seen a coach. You know what I mean? I never paid a visit to the college, so it was pretty much like just show up and play. And I chose to work.
How did it make you feel though, man? Because, man, you was a star player. And for you to say that, you didn't go on no visits, you didn't meet no coaches, how did it make you feel when you have Chris Browder going on college visits, Keon Frazier, Derek Wilson, different guys going?
I just took the punches how they came, man. Went out there and played and just tried to have fun every day. I knew that once I was on the field, I pretty much controlled what I did, and that's what I did. I was out there and had fun. It was upsetting. It kind of hurt to know that like I didn't get those calls that I should have. 20 plus games. Tackles a game. Things like that. It upset me, but that's just the way the ball rolled. That's the way it happened. Well, I couldn't do nothing about it.
Been a lot of big discussion, man, about the best players in Chicago Central history. And you're a big fan of the game. You've been around it, so I know you got some good input on it. What I want to get from you is one player, or however you want to verse it, from each position, and then you tell me who you consider the best, the one player that you would go see out of everybody in Central history you'll see. So let's just start off.
What do you mean go see?
If it was one player, who's the best player in Chicago Central history? It could be any position who you feel. Because that's, as we always hear, it's notorious like Martell France, Peen, Royce Robertson, Damon Glenn, Robert Smiths, Keon Fraziers, you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Willie Lewis, everybody. So I want to get from you, who would you go pay to see?
Oh, I go see Peen, hands down. Hands down, he packed the house. The crowd went crazy when he touched the ball. Maybe not the first one, but second or third, he going about 70. And the crowd went crazy, and he'll probably shake about 6 of the defenders before he did it. And like I said, it was a treat for us as the youth to watch. It was motivation. We had a principal in elementary named Teddy Canales, and he gave us free tickets, and we'll go to the game. Me, Chris, and Derek, and Quad. We'll all go to the game, and for free, and that was our motivation. We couldn't wait till we got on that level to play, because we played every day.
Okay, so let's start off with quarterback. Big discussion, Eric Irvin, Woontz, Bob Gillis, Keon Frazier, John Massey, Marcus Reeves, so on. Who's the best quarterback to you?
Well, I can only go by who I played with, because before then I just really I didn't see the quarterback like that. Like I said, I only remember Peen when I was coming up, Royce Robertson. I remember the backs. They had a ball in their hands at that time. I think it was known for running backs in East Chicago. So all I seen pretty much was John Massey, Keon, Marcus. I'm trying to think any other quarterbacks came through there.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's pretty
I
much.
mean, you was a quarterback too.
Yeah, but I was pretty much, you put me where you need me, and I'm gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the fastest. I'm sure I could have snuck a couple plays in that corner. You know what I'm saying? Snuck a couple plays in. Until they realized that, I run a 4.7 or 4.8. You know what I'm saying? At a 40. But yeah, that's how that was.
So you got one quarterback. Who you going with?
It all depends. I can't.
One game.
One game.
Championship game. Who you taking?
We throwing the ball or running the ball?
One quarterback.
We throwing the ball or running the ball?
That'll make a difference. It's a quarterback.
Keon Frazier had a great arm. Live cannon. You know what I mean? Marcus did. John Massey did. Like I said, it was two different styles. Carl. It was two different styles. I can't, Marcus did not have a good accurate ball or could throw the ball like that. He put it in the vicinity, and we had Division I receivers out there. We should, you got to catch the ball. That's how I felt. Keon's gonna put it in your chest, in your mouth, in your face, man. He was a quarterback, a pocket quarterback. That's what I thought. Chris Browder was there at the time. We were seniors. After I left, I didn't see what Keon did at that. I didn't follow. So at that time, I only remember what those two guys did, Marcus and Keon.
Okay, so who you going with?
Man, are you still trying to get me to answer that question?
I mean, because you gave me good descriptions, but I want to know
because it was 2 different years, and at that time I felt that Marcus was the best quarterback that junior year. That he gave us the best chance. We had a fullback in the backfield, which was you. Put the ball in your stomach, pretty much. 8 guys on the defense had to come down. And if he pulled it out the box, he ran probably a 4.2, 4.3, probably a 4.2 with adrenaline. You know what I mean? If you remember watching film, he was covering 5 yards every step. You know what I mean? So it was dangerous at that time. Our senior year, coach went with a whole nother plan. He opened it up. He ran the veer, but it was more open. We opened it up a whole lot, and with the speedsters we had, they all ran 4.3s pretty much, and it was pretty much dump offs and quick slants. We hit a lot of quick slants, which we should have did your guys' year. I thought with Malave over there, we could have ran a lot of quick slants over there.
So
I can't. That's what I said. So it's 2 different years. So you can't say, I don't know. I don't know what happened his senior year. Maybe he did the veer option. You know what I'm saying? Totally different. Maybe he put a new thing on the veer option. But I didn't see it his senior year. So I think that'd be unfair to say that that he was better than he was better. If you ask me who had a better ball, or who I thought can scramble better, things like that, I can give you, I can pretty much answer that question. But as far as better, I think the coaches did a great job as putting the systems together at the time that they did, the decisions they made.
Now let's go running back. Who would you say best running back?
Before my time, it was Peen. I have to say that. He was the greatest, I thought, at that time. During my time, Chris Browder was the real deal. There was 11 guys on the defensive side of the ball, and probably only 4 can catch him. And maybe 3 because the corner was on the other side. You just say 3 because the corner was way on the other side. The other corner that can catch him. So it was.
So you saying like the all-time best is Payne, but during your era, you saying Chris Browder?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, like I said, the moves, the things I saw, Chris probably did those, and I need to watch some film to see that. But I was always blocking, so I really couldn't, look back and see, but I knew he was taking his 60 every time he put it in his hands, pretty much.
Okay, fullback.
You're the best fullback. I couldn't remember. Was it Royce who played fullback at that time?
Royce Love.
I didn't really see him like that there. I caught some of the games. I just remember Payne back at that time. But definitely you were the fullback of Central.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver was Austin Malave. We didn't throw the ball to him, but Austin Malave was definitely our best wide receiver.
So you're saying Austin's better than Antoine Kennedy's, Antoine Bullard's, Tommy Signars, them kind of guys?
I think he was. He had short hands, you know. Antoine Bullard, he was a great wide receiver, I thought, but you know, he didn't have those hands. You know, he might drop 2 or 3 of them, you know, but he will definitely take 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Catch 4 of them and take them all to the house also. But when you talking about short hands, 4th and 10, something like that, you throw to Austin Malave and McGee, Hitler. You throw to Hitler. Either 2 of those guys. So you can't go wrong.
It's Austin Malave and Mike McGee.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. O-lineman.
Offensive lineman, Derek Wilson.
Okay.
Derek Wilson.
Little lineman. Little lineman.
That's what I hear you call him. I hear you called him that there. He played big though. He had a big heart.
Always.
We watched film. We seen him. You know, before we even did some of these interviews. He was 20, 30 yards downfield. He was the only lineman. We didn't even see receivers, or you know, we might have seen one receiver, but you didn't even see backs. Or he was 30 yards downfield, still hustling, hustling. You know,
gotcha.
He pulled for Marcus, and
Yeah.
Marcus ran a 4.2, and you know, that was a hard. I think the coaches were asking a lot out of Derek Wilson to pull in front of Marcus. You know, backside pull. You know, if you know, and I know watching on film, that was a big task for Wilson to do. And Big D Ski Love, I mean, he started for at his sophomore year, I believe, was, you know, he made his first start, and he started at the same position until senior.
Okay. D lineman.
D line. That's easy. Oh, that was easy. I thought I was just trying to think back. When he showed up, definitely Adrian, Big O, the freak. Yeah, definitely him. You know, when he showed up, he was definitely the best defensive lineman, hands down.
Okay. Now let's go to cornerback.
Corner.
You got guys like Bullard, Chris Broder. After us, you know, Keon Jackson. Before us.
See, behind us, I didn't keep up.
Gotcha.
You know, I wish I would have. I moved.
Before us, though, you know, we had Al Thomas, Brian Hardaway, Jahi Garrett, you know, guys like that.
Yeah.
Safety.
Al was definitely was a playmaker. Chris Browder was a lockdown corner, I thought. Bullard was. They were all great corners. The best corner. It's hard. That's it's between Browder and
Who you gonna take? You got one game.
or Bullard.
You got one game.
One game. Chris Browder. One play.
One game. One
Give
play.
One play.
Okay.
Give me one play. Chris Browder. I put Chris Browder over there. One play.
Yeah.
I put Chris Browder over there. Just one play.
Gotcha. Okay. Safety.
Safety. Who was our safety?
We had Jahi Garrett, Vincent Palmer.
Name some more.
You know, I think the all-time best is Damon Glenn.
Okay. I wasn't familiar with that.
Okay. So you go with.
Yeah, I mean those were
Corey Bailey was, you know.
Those are all our safeties.
Yeah.
That's all I have to choose for. No disrespect. Chris Browder.
Okay.
No. I got one. Marcus Reed. Marcus
Okay.
played safety.
All right.
I like him. I take my chances with him.
Cool.